Okay, today we're going to change the filter in a 2004 Toyota truck. It's a Prerunner two-wheel drive, but they should be the same filter from 99 to 2004. This is a 319. It's a microguard, and the truck we're working on is a 2004 Toyota quad cab, and I'll show you what's inside the box now. So they don't give you any O-rings or anything. This is a pretty straightforward package. You get the filter. It's got two caps on the end. Don't take those off until you're ready to install the filter because you don't want to introduce dirt. It's labeled in on one side. That's the side with the rib. And then this side here is obviously is going to be the out. So I'll show you underneath the truck. It's going to be on the driver's side frame rail, about under the door. But we'll go down there and I'll show you how to replace this filter. Okay, now we're under the driver's side, and this is the old filter. You can see it's the original Toyota filter. It's held in this bracket here with a 10mm wrench. You got a little bolt there, you can unloosen that, but you don't want to do it initially. This is pressurized because it's fuel injection, so the system is under pressure. This is a backup wrench, 19mm. That nut is actually on the filter. There's one welded on each side, but you want to hold it because if you try to loosen up this flare fitting, you'll see that the whole filter is bouncing around. You're putting too much pressure and stress on the bracket. So you're going to hold this. Now be careful, because once again, when you break this seal, you're going to have fuel, and I don't know how much is going to stream out, but let's give it a shot and we'll figure it out. Okay. So just crack it a little bit and you can see already that fuel's starting to come out. Just relieve the pressure, so just let the pressure come out. Don't loosen this all the way very quickly. Just let it drain itself. If you want, you can have a container down here at the bottom, and I'm going to go get one. Alright, so I've loosened both ends of the fuel filter. That's a 19mm, 14mm, 19mm, and 14mm. So now I've loosened them both. I'm letting it drip. I mean, potentially it could just keep dripping because it's still connected to my gas tank, and my gas tank is full. So that's really not going to help us out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the filter off, 10mm, and all you have to do is loosen it up. Now, potentially, like I said, there's going to be a gas spill here because it's disconnected, but it doesn't seem to be pouring out, so I think we're going to be okay. Once this bracket is loose enough, you should be able to rotate the filter and get it out. And this is the one 10mm bolt. Is the only bolt that's holding that filter in place. So let's go ahead and loosen this. And then I should be able to pull the lines out once the filter's movable. Okay, so there's the filter. Loosen that on both sides. And these lines go in there a considerable amount. So I'm going to have to maybe bend them a little bit and then bend them back later on. Okay, there's one side. This side should pull straight out. Like that. And then make sure you pour it into your container. Alright. So now we're going to put the new filter on. Okay, so here's the new filter. I'm going to slide it in place, and then we're just going to go ahead and thread the fitting on the front first. Just get it snug. Remember, this has a direction, so you have to put this little lip towards the back because this is the inlet, which means it's coming from the gas tank and it's going towards the front of the vehicle. You don't want to cross thread these, so you always start them by hand. And wiggling sometimes will help you to thread these in easier. Once you get them in semi-tight, then it's time to put the bracket on. Okay. Start with a 10 millimeter. Let's see if we can tighten this. And then you just tighten your flare nuts. Make sure you use that backup wrench. And that's it. Now when I'm finished with this, I'm going to go inside, get the mileage, and I am going to write with a contrasting pen. I have a silver paint pen. I'm going to write the mileage and the date on this fuel filter so that in the future somebody can look at it and say, aha, this was the last time it was changed. And that should do it. Mileage down here is 149,000. And today's date is 1/11/15. And the last thing you want to do, start it up, come down here and check for leaks. Okay, it had to crank a little because needed to get fuel flowing through that filter, and you can see there's no leaks. So that's all there is to changing a fuel filter.